What is going on, boys and girls, gourmet lovers and gourmet haters? We all gather around today to learn how to make a logo like Ali A. If you enjoy this series and haven't seen the How to Make a Logo Like Trap Nation or the Phase logo, I would really appreciate you go check those out. Leave likes on any videos that you like, because that really helps me out. Anyway, on with this video. Ali A has a lovely logo. This is it here. Really clean, really modern, and it has something about it. It has a style that not many logos manage to have. It's quite like gaming now has an image within graphics. A gaming logo is very easily recognizable, and in the real world, unless you were like, I don't really know, but you can tell that it's a gaming related logo. And we can go ahead and change the color. It looks really nice in all kinds of colors. But now that didn't make any sense. Now we're going to be making this logo in Photoshop. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make a completely square document. Mine is 1000 by 1000. It's actually slightly bigger because for some reason I made the canvas a little bit larger. But make sure whatever the width is, the height is the same, because you're making a logo and you want it to be perfectly square so you can upload it to websites, social medias, whatever. Right, the first thing that we're going to want to do is go ahead and make the shape of the sort of A that looks a bit like a triangle. It's quite pointy. Now we're not going to trace what they've done because this is teaching you guys how to do it, so we're going to try and do it freehand and just work out as we go along. So they sort of have, generally speaking, a shape somewhat like this. The A, it gets a bit pointy over there and it flicks back in the corner. And that then meets back about there. Right, so that is going to be our starting point. We can tidy it up afterwards, but we're going to go ahead and press enter. Now I used the pen tool to do that, guys, and then once I was done, wait, what did I do? Hold on, let me make the shape. I know Photoshop like mentally. I do things without really thinking about what I'm doing, so let me go back. But I'm just going to fill this in with a solid colour, like that. So when you're using the pen tool and you've made your shape, you go ahead and connect the final dot. You then right click, make a selection, and then you can go ahead and paste anything into that. So you're going to want to do that with his lettering, with his A or whatever. And if you guys want me to do like I do with the other logos, how to make a logo like Ali A's but for yourself, then go ahead, leave this like and tell me in the comments that that's what you want to see, and I will go ahead and make that for you. Because I was doing that with the Trap Nation one and other things like that, but I don't know, maybe that's not what you guys want to see. Maybe you want to see exactly how to make it. So now we have the A. What we're going to do now is start working on the inner shadow that they have. And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to go on the layer above that one. So make a new layer. And I'm going to fill it like this around the shape, because you can see it comes up here dark, goes down there dark. So somewhat like that. To about there. And then it goes into this corner like that. Now I'm going to go back to that middle point. Oh, that's what I need to do, isn't it? Back to there. This is quite confusing. And into this corner. And down here. So once you've worked out where you want the shadow to go, you're going to fill it in solid black. And once you've filled it in solid black, you can turn it into a clipping mask. So right click on the layer, create a clipping mask, and what this does is it locks it to the layer below. So when it goes off the edge, it completely disappears. And then when we lower the opacity, we end up with the shadow effect that they have. So now I've missed a bit here, so I'm just going to go on with the brush and I'm just going to go over that bit in the corner just to get rid of that little line. And now I'm going to go ahead and do this other side down here. This is where it gets a little bit confusing, but it's going to be fine. So we're going to connect that to there like they've done, and then we're going to click on the dot right at the end of this left side of the A, and then all of that bit there is then dark. So I'm going to go ahead and just fill on the same layer, that black effect. I don't know why I'm calling it a black effect, just the colour black. Draw all over it. And there you have that. Now we're gonna get the cutout that they have in the middle, which goes from the point up there to the point there, and then just takes a chunk of it out, and it actually lifts up slightly, which I don't like, but it's the same line that goes from there up to where the line cuts off, so we're gonna have to do that. So somewhat like that. Make the selection, and we're going to delete it from the bottom layer so that it cuts that part there out. And now I've just noticed something. This little bit here, we want to make that a solid colour, so we're going to go to the black layer, the clipping mask layer, and we're literally just going to cut it out like that and delete. So there we have the basics of his shape. The colouring isn't quite right, which we're going to go ahead and fix now. So I'm going to colour pick, and I'm going to actually pick their exact colour so we get it perfectly. And then make sure to rasterize it again so that the clipping mask can continue to work. And now, instead of using this black one with a low opacity because it isn't creating quite the right effect, I'm actually just going to tool pick the exact blue that they're using. So just like that. That actually looks really strange, but that is how they have it. I personally would have thought a slightly darker light blue would look nice, but we're going to go with their exact logo. I say there, it's a he, isn't it? Ali is just one guy, right. So there we have it. I feel like this bit might be slightly out of proportion. Of course it's all slightly out of proportion because we're not tracing the logo, but you get the idea. I'm going to cut that as one smooth line because it's a bit jagged. And I'm going to brush over here. Get rid of that line. And now we're going to start working on the outline. So there's probably a simpler way of doing this, but it's the way that I've always known to do. So how to get like a simple outline stroke is I make a large circle and then rasterize, and then in the blending options you can do a lot of stuff with it. So you can just make the color the same color as the background, and then we can make the stroke white like we're going to have it, and now we need to choose the thickness. So theirs is actually quite thick, and it's hard to tell because everything's scaled down, but maybe somewhat like that. I feel like that's about right. Now we're going to rasterize it, and we're going to select the inside, because remember there is an inside. We made it the same color as the outside, but there is still an inside, and we're going to delete that. So what I mean by that is if this was above all the other layers, it would look like that, and then delete the center, popping it through. So now we have this sort of outline, and this helps us to guide how the logo will be made. So we're going to make it a little bit smaller and put it somewhere like here. That feels about right to me. Made it quite centered. Right, I'm happy with that positioning. Now we're going to make the cutouts. What I mean by that is you can see where the A slices off, it also cuts through the outline. The same there. And this bit, the A is behind this, so it comes in, goes around and out. So we're going to be doing that now with this one. And we might even pinch this slightly. So I'm going to make my whole logo. I'm going to merge them both together, or actually duplicate, merge, and just hide these ones for now. Don't have to worry about what I just did. Make it like that. Okay. First things first is down here in this corner they have the logo cut out like the shape of the circle. So let's see what this looks like real quick. Oh, that went wrong. Like that. That looks about right. and then on this part here, it cuts through the shape of the outline. So I'm going to do this in one solid cut because it goes from both ends. So from about there to there. And then up on this end, from there, like that. I would say that's right. Oh wait, confusing myself now. And then from up here to like there. That feels good to me. And delete. So now you can see it's starting to look quite 3D. It's slicing through those areas. And this side needs to be bigger, I've realised. Right, I've just realised something that's really confused me. They have this end, so that... Okay, let me zoom in up here. Where this logo cuts through this one, it's all the same line. So where the A, like the bottom of this bit is, it goes straight through and cuts through there. But if you look at how ours is shaped, that doesn't work at all. It would be like that, and then that. So we need to move this logo here back down. But the good news is I think we just... Right, so what we're going to do to fix this, no worries, what we're going to do to fix this is... Oh, what I could do... No, sorry, going back and forth on myself. Go down here, I'm just going to extend the part of the A. Go down here, over to about there, and back up. Oh, not quite. There you go. And then I'm going to fill that with this colour and just put it underneath the logo like that, and then just quickly do this darker bit. Oops, what did I do there? Like that is for absolutely fine. Make a selection, choose this colour again and paste it just above that one. And then create the clipping mask so that it locks onto that shape. And now I can see that it needs a slight trim there. And I went slightly too far with the trim. Right, cool. Now we can merge that back together so we have one solid logo again. Now here is where I decide how this should be, so I can make a cut from there all the way through to there. Let me see if that's right. Yeah, that is right. So we're going to cut this out of the shape of that and that. So there we go, that's looking nice, and now we need to do this top part. So the same thing occurs, click on the layer, the white outline, just get a quick look at how thick you're doing them, and cut away. So I think it should be a little bit thicker. That side looks like it's a little bit wonky. Oops, now it's gone too far though. Alright, I think that looks good. And now you can see on their cutout, I'm not going to make it a curve because personally I don't like it at all. So we're going to keep it this nice sharp sharp circle for the outside, but what we are going to do is make this shadow like they've got. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate the outer circle that we have. Actually no, I think I have a better way of doing that. So we're going to make a black circle. We're going to start from the inside and drag it out, and we're going to choose, if I lower the opacity slightly, you can see what you're turning into a shadow. I'm going to choose exactly how much I want to do. So I feel like something like that. Once you've got it perfect, create your clipping mask and then lower the opacity even more, because that's kind of how it is. And there we have the Allier logo. That is how they would make it, that is how I would make it. I might make some adjustments, but overall that's how you do the logo. We're going to be changing the colour now, show you how that works. So if you group, or actually no, don't need to group because it's all on one layer. If you go up here, make sure you're on the photography palette, otherwise this will all be in a different place. But you click on hue and saturation, and then this layer goes above, and then if you change this, it will change the colour of everything. But if we create a clipping mask, it just changes the colour of this bit on the inside. Now some colours don't really work, like there you can't see that there's two colours, and it's kind of because the contrast of the colours just merge together when it hits a certain hue, because technically you're not changing the colour, the hue is something slightly different. I'm not going to get all technical with that, but you can see that pink looks quite cool, orange looks nice, although it's supposed to be lighter on the outside, otherwise the shadow effect looks all inverted. But Allier on his channel at the moment actually has an orange one, so it's quite cool. The lime looks nice, but you get the idea. I like it a little bit more limey like that. Not limey, light blue. That is Allier's logo, guys. If you enjoyed this tutorial, I really hope that you like it, because as I said earlier in the video, stuff like that really helps me out. Just a simple click for you means a lot to me. Make sure you go look at my other videos, because I have a lot of content teaching you Photoshop, teaching you nice, simple, modern designs to help brand yourself. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Leave down in the comments what logo you want to see me cover next. Tell me if you want me to show you how to make an Allier logo for yourself, so your own letter in the middle. And I hope to see you in another video, guys. Have a nice day. Take care.